Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. It's the Rick's Tech Show on a Sunday, March 1st. Sunny, clear skies, low wind. Looks like a rather nice day out. So, hope everyone's having a good Sunday. It's been kind of a sleepy day for me. My doctor again put me on some more meds. Switched my sleeping med. I'm not on trazodone. I'm on some other crazy name. This new sleep med that I'm on, boys, it got a long hangover. I got out of bed at about 11 today. I just could not stay awake. So I'm on 5 different meds that put you to sleep. Eventually. That's why I'm so tired, just so tired and drug out today. I feel like I'm over drugged. Which is why I'm having to counteract it with Mountain Dew. I'm trying to call my mom and tell her about that. And she says, well, if it's the only way you're going to stay awake, yeah, then get some Mountain Dew, but brush your teeth afterwards. Yeah, I will. Otherwise, after this live stream, which is probably going to be about 20-25 minutes long, probably going to lay down and go back to sleep. Wake up tomorrow. No, I won't wake up tomorrow. I'll be up tonight, but I am just tired. I'd rather just go back to bed. I really can't. I can't sleep my day away, but man, am I tired. Ugh. So, how's everybody else doing besides me belly aching about me being tired? Hello, Scott, John. Eventually you go to sleep and then you can't wake up. Yeah. Well, I wake up, but very, very, very slowly. I think I was up around 8 this morning. 8 or 9, took my 9 o'clock meds, and I just, standing at the sink, I'm like, I'm just gonna fall asleep. Nope. I took my meds, crawled back to bed, got in bed, stayed there till about 11. I was about ready to fall over in the bathroom this morning trying to take my morning meds. But I think the more I take this med, I think things will kind of level out after a while and I won't be as tired. My body's just trying to get used to this new medication. It just got introduced to last night, so it doesn't know what it is. So until it gets used to it and kind of knows what to do with it and kind of learns the pattern that I take it at night, so it should kind of start weaning off around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. It just got a good grip on me right now, but the more I use it, she said it'll just kind of level out, and eventually you won't feel so tired. But she said you're gonna feel its impact for about 8 days. Then after that, you should be fine. But if after that, like 14 days, and you're still groggy at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then she may have to try something different. But she says right now, so my body's fighting, trying to get used to it and trying to figure out what it is. Very busy day. Yeah, I wish I had a very busy day. I'm just laying around. Catching up with the day's events. Oh, it looks like I just got Scott and John Williams here today. Ski Man, hello. Oh my god. Hello, Ken. I don't know if you heard anything I've just been saying, but it's a very, very tiring day for me. I got put on new meds yesterday from my doctor. She says, well, we're going to take you off this. We're going to try this. We're going to. Well, on the sleep med, she lowered the milligrams to 5.5 milligrams, and I'm surprised it's got the grip on me that it does. But like I said, she said, I got to give it like 8 days for it to stabilize. And once it does, I shouldn't feel so goddamn groggy. But she said if I still am after like 11 days, then I got to make another appointment and go back in, have another half-hour discussion with her, and she'll do another re-exam of me to make sure this medication isn't screwing things up, which probably needs another blood draw, which she will probably do. She'll want to see what this medication is doing. If after like 14 days I go back in and I'm still wanting to sleep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, she'll get concerned. She'll want to see what that medication is doing. She'll have a vial of blood taken, and she'll see what that medication is doing. If it's doing something it shouldn't and stick it around too much, she'll take me off of it and then put me on something that will not such have a strong hangover like this medication does. Like I said, I could just go back to sleep and sleep till Tuesday, which I can't because I got things I got to do Monday. And that's how I feel. I feel I can go to sleep till Tuesday, and then get up and like. But no, I'm not going to. I'm going to try to stay awake. I don't know how far I'll make it. I've got to keep moving. See, that's the thing. I got to keep moving. I got to walk around every once in a while. Because if I just sit here for like 2 or 3 hours, I'm just going to start nodding. I'm going to find myself on the floor. It's like, how the hell did I get? Oh, yeah, I fell asleep. Been here since the start. Okay. So, I don't know. You guys got to start talking because I ain't got nothing to say. Otherwise, this is going to be a very short live stream. I didn't write anything down today. Hey, Darren. So, Ken, you excited about going to work tomorrow? No. So that's your job. The only thing you're going to be doing is just driving, or you're going to be doing other things, or it's the only thing you're going to be doing is just driving people around. Not sure what your job, your what you call your job description. I don't know. I missed all that because I hadn't heard anything about it. I just got told the other night that you were going to start working on Sunday, which was a surprise to me. It's like working on Monday. What? Okay, I missed something in between. Now I'm hearing you're going to work. Hello, Richard. As we know, as of this morning, I have not been given the information to know where to be and the time. I'll be driving people to and from, not stressing over it. I will find something. Hmm. Oh, you're getting into a long dog thing now, Ski Man? Your text looks fine to me. Doesn't look all that goofy. I can't use speech to text. It never. The letters just don't come out right. I don't know. Something with my voice and the way I talk. AI can't understand it. Speech to text doesn't understand it. A lot of things just the words just don't come out right. It never has worked for me. I don't know why. I've been to speech therapists about it, and they've tried to get me to talk better in a better tone that AI can understand, or not AI, but voice to text or whatever that is. I don't know what you call it. Um, it's never worked. It skips letters, words, and like it's not what I said. So I declare it and try to the dog is over the sun, and that comes out with something like, "What the hell's that?" Okay, delete, delete, delete. I give up. Like, it doesn't work with me. I don't know. It's just something with my voice or the tone or something where this AI text stuff doesn't pick up on it right. Yeah, speaks to text a little wonky. Little? I don't know about speech to text. It's just I don't know. That's a technology that never did come out right. They got part of it right, but I think they could do a lot better. Oh, that Mountain Dew's starting to work. Starting to feel a little bit more alive. I may just have to go out and take a 5-10 minute bike ride just to kind of get the blood flowing, get the heart going. I think everything is just at a steady rest because I just got out of bed 2 hours ago around 11. So I may just want me to go back to bed in the Mountain Dew and maybe a short bike ride will kind of kick me into gear and keep me up for the rest of the day because I really don't want to go back to sleep. I want to try to stay awake, but I hope that medication adjusts itself pretty damn quick because I don't like feeling tired at 2:14 in the afternoon. I just don't like it. But then I asked my doctor in the cities about putting me on a different medication that doesn't make me so tired. And I kind of knew what his response was going to be, which I don't know. I might have to start taking less than what he wants me to then. But he said, "No, what you're on now seems to be working." So I said, "No, I'm not going to change it because it seems to be working. You're not in pain. You're tired, but," he said, "what would you rather have? Be in pain and not be able to walk, or be a little tired during the day?" Yeah, good point, but I don't want to be tired. I will try the speech to text to see how it goes. I'm on my phone, seems to me okay. I don't see this moving to the PC anytime too, which is a good thing. And I talked to my doctor also about the scab I got in the middle of my ear right there. She gave me some medication to put on that, which I have yet to start, but she didn't know what it was. She doesn't know if something got in there, if I got bit by something, but she said that scar right there in the inner part of my ear, she said that shouldn't be there. It's like, when did that show up? Say, I don't know. I just started itching one day, and then I just like, what the hell is that? And she looked at it. She doesn't know what it is, but she gave me some medication. And she said that'll probably get rid of it. Yeah, I think most people have that speech to text problems with phones. I don't know. It's I know when I tried it on my phone, it comes out backwards. Letters are missing, words are missing. I think I don't know. People say there's a how far you hold the phone away from your mouth, and if you hold it too close or too far, it might be hearing just nothing but air. You know the air coming out of your mouth when you're talking. So it sounds to the speech to text. It sounds muffled. So it tries to guess at what you're saying. I don't know. Then there's a whole bunch of ideas out there to how to get a speech to text to work, but I don't know. I mean, if I talk really, really slow and kind of loud, which pisses everybody off, but if I say the words, "Can you help me?" and they hit the button, it'll usually get that. But if I'm just out talking normally and say, "You having a good day?" hit the button, say, "Have a good..." Why? It's like, no, that's not what I said. And I clear it and I try it again. And I try it again and I try it again. It's like, all right, I'm done. Not doing speech to text. It'll work once, then after that. So I pretty much gave up on speech to text. I don't know. At times it's a convenience, especially like if I'm at a stoplight and I got a couple speckets. If I have a few seconds before the light turns green, I'll get on to speech to text, and I'll tell that person I'm a few minutes away. See you soon. That never comes out right. Never. It's hearing more of the traffic going by me than my voice. It never works. It tries to understand but it doesn't work. When I'm trying to tell the person, instead of sitting there texting, looking in the light, I say, "I'll see you in a couple of minutes," and that never comes out right. Never. So that's what I did with Raina the other day. She was kind of impatient, wanting me to get over there. And I was on 8th in Washington, and I just told her on my speech to text, "I'll be there soon. See you in a minute." And it never came out right. I tried it twice, and the light turned green, and I had to get going. So, and yeah, I tried to tell her I was going to be there soon, but it wouldn't work. Hello, Jeff. It actually works pretty good with earbuds because it has sound canceling. Yeah, I don't know about earbuds or ear headphones. I'm not one to have things over my ears, or anything over my head like headphones. I never really have. I like the earbuds. I don't like that bar thing that goes over your head when you have the headphones on. I don't like that. I don't like that. So I like the tiny little teensy tiny microscopic earbuds. You just put them in your ear and you put your hair over it and you won't see the earbuds. That's what I like. I don't like the wires. I just that has always bugged me because you have limited motion. When that cord gets stretched out, you can't go any further. Like, nah, I'll just use the wireless. But I don't know. I'd like to try someday a headset. It's got a decent mic and kind of has its built-in pop filter. But someday I'd like to try. I don't know. I'd have to try something that works with me. Because I don't like the headphones that go over your head with the big huge muffins. I like the little tiny little things you just stick in your ear and cover your hair over it with it. You can't. That's what I like. There's a few guys here in the building that have those. You can't see them, but they said they work extremely well. And I said the price, they're extremely expensive. The ones he has are almost $200. But they're really tiny and they've got a little built-in microphone. So when he's talking, it's like standing here. The other day, he was by the elevator and he was talking to himself, and I like Why is this guy just talking to himself? He's goofy. Oh my God. And then I realized I saw something in his ear blinking. Like, so without him noticing, I was kind of getting even with his ear. And I was like, oh, those are earbuds. Okay. Without him noticing, I realized what he was doing. He was talking to somebody. He had those tiny microscopic earbuds, and I saw that little blue flashing light, and like, oh, he's talking to. Whoops. I was I was gonna say something to him, but I suddenly realized he was wearing earbuds. It's like, dude, you're talking to yourself. You got a serious problem. Like, no, I'm talking to somebody. Oh, you're. I didn't want to get into that conversation, so I didn't say anything to him. But I suddenly realized I saw that blue light. He's not talking to himself. He's talking to somebody. So the problem I see with speech to text is on my phone. Is you get the 200 character. You get the 200 characters very quickly. I just did one and it was over 350 characters in length and I couldn't send it because it was over. I didn't know speech to text had a limit. But then how the hell is Long Dog doing it? Or is he using a different program or something? I know he leaves very long posts sometimes and I'm wondering how he does that. I found a good deal on JBL earbuds. They retail for about 150 and I got them on a big sale for around 40. Hey Tim, what's the 200 character limit? I'm doing another one right now. Imagine what he does when he like in any church around goes in any church around it does another one like this and he just goes on 200 max. Then he just bang, 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 send them. That's the only thing I could think of. Yeah, I don't know. See the issue that it does not always get the words correct. Yeah, that's an issue. With me, it gets about a third of the words right, and then it tries guessing the rest of the sentence, and it can't do it. And what? Tim, today is my 6th-month birthday. Don't know what. I missed something here. I don't know, Tim's. Oh yeah, Tim, did you and Bobby get that AnyDesk thing straightened out last night? I know you guys are trying to get that to work, but yes, I am 60 and a half. I'm not far behind you, Scott. I'm 57. Yeah, 57. Hate the age I'm at, 57. Doesn't mean my half my life is over, but dang, I'm getting up there. He told me he is factory setting his computer again. Why? Factory resetting isn't gonna. To be on the safe side? The safe side of what? I don't understand his theories. Well, yes and no. I can connect to Bobby and did not or do not have Tim's to check his. So, sorta. Nice call. Nice call. Talk to you later. All right, catch you later, John. I asked him if he said to be on the safe side. It comes out. Safe side of. Okay. It's an Apple thing, so I don't really care, but I think somebody's wasting their time by resetting their computer 2 or 3 times in a row. I don't see a sense in that. But I'm not an Apple guy, so. Oh, that shows how the speech to text can be screwed up. Yeah, it's not always perfect. Yes, why? He's saying niece showed up or the niece called. Forget. Niece called. Okay. Yeah, I noticed I missed a call the other day. I don't know how I did it. My one of my nephews called the other day. I missed her. She was down in the cities. Was gonna head up north, wanting to come up here, and I didn't answer the phone. So she said, "Well, then I'll just stay down here and probably head to Mille Lacs probably the next couple of days." But I don't know what else. Well, I'll have my sound turned off so I don't hear it ring. So I don't hear the notifications of me getting a text message. So she sent me one and I didn't see it until the next day. Whoops. So I don't know what I'm gonna do today. And now that I'm starting to feel a little bit more alive. I think that Mountain Dew is working, and I think I'm gonna do okay today. I think I'm gonna make it. I think I'm gonna do just fine. I think I'll stay awake and I'll do okay, but I'm still gonna. I gotta check the temperature because I might go out for a short bike ride. I might. Here we go again. Stream just studio, YouTube studio. 22 degrees. Yeah, I might. That's the wind. 5 miles an hour. That's not bad. That's actually decent. 39 degrees tomorrow. 46 on Tuesday. 52 on Wednesday. 50 on Thursday. And then we're going right back downhill again. Friday, 41. Not bad. Back up into the 50s. Oh. There are a few cold days coming up in the next week, but I think we're on our way up in the temperature, so I think we're finally starting to creep out of the deep freeze that we've been in, which is I'm in approval of that. I don't mind it warming up. Damn it! Come on, close. Thank you. Yeah, it's a decent temperature. It's not too bad. Thing is, it's just not windy. As long as it's not windy, I'll do okay. I'll probably take a a run from here to the post office and back, which is about three and a half blocks long. So I think it's almost four. So I can get some pretty decent speed on that sidewalk. Get up to about 25 miles an hour a couple times, and just slowly turn, and then I'll turn around and go back. You can get up to about 15. By the time I get it up to speed, I'm having to slow down. So sidewalk isn't that long, but it's long enough for me to get some decent speed out of it and then slam on the brakes. But that'll be my daily run of exercise. Yeah, during the summer, if I don't have much to do, like in the morning, that's what I'll do. Sometimes in the summer or early spring, if it's like 62 degrees in the morning and low wind, I'll do that twice. I'll go from where I start to the post office, turn around and come back, then turn around, go back down to the post office, and then come back. I'll do it twice. And that'll be my exercise for the day if I think I'm going to be doing but just sitting for the rest of the day. Then I'll just do my normal exercise thing and do that a couple times and get my exercise done in the morning and then wife's going to be out to celebrate her father's birthday. What's nice is I get dinner from Texas Roadhouse when she's gets. Oh, that sounds decent. Maybe wish me happy birthday this morning. First early birthday wish. You'll be 29. I thought you was to be a lot younger than that, Tech. Tim, I thought you were like 19 or 20 or something. I didn't know you were 29. I thought you were 19 or 20. Now, Bobby, he's the younger one, isn't he? Isn't he the 19 or 20? One of you two is young. I forget which one, but I thought both of you were 19 or 20. I thought I was mistaken on that. I didn't know you were that old. I was mistaken. Yes, he is. Okay. I knew one of you was young. I had it backwards. I thought it was you. All I ask for my birthday is everyone to subscribe to my channel and watch my videos, leave comments so I can get closer to my monetization goal. I'm not going for any monetization on mine. I know they're going to offer it someday, but I'm just going to say thanks, but no thanks. I really don't need it. How many channels is that? Damn, I can't remember that long ago. Wishing I was young. In a few years, you'll be 50. I answered to that question last time. Well, yeah, Tim, but a lot of them didn't see it. didn't even see the damn question, so. Oh boy. Did I donate to my PayPal or Cash App? Donate to your PayPal? I didn't know you could do that. I was told you couldn't. Well, I guess you can make your own. No, that's gift cards you can't make and add to on your own, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know where the last 40 went. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, Scott. The last 30 years of my life kind of just blew by me. It's like, okay, that was fun and quick and nice, but what the hell did I do for the last 30 years? Time just kind of flew by me. Now that I'm sitting around a lot more, I'm trying to think, yeah, what did I do for the last 30 years? Can't remember a thing. And people have asked me, so what have you done for the last 20, 30 years? Oh, I don't know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. No. I mean actual things. Who you actually talk to? What did you actually do? Like, I can't tell you that. I don't know. I did a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Talk to that person. Talked to a lot of people, but what exactly I did, I can't tell you. People just roll their eyes at me when I say that. You can't tell me what you did the last 30 days. No. Can you tell me what you did the last 3 years? Not really. Can you tell me what you did yesterday? No. That's my short-term memory. I can't remember what I've done in the last 5 days, but I can tell you what I did in 1981. Actually, it was 1980 when my parents left the house for a couple hours to go to a party, and me and my sister ransacked the house. We paid for it when our parents got home, but I do remember doing that. Had a lot of fun doing that until my parents walked in the house unexpectedly because they came home early. Because we're going to spend the next half hour cleaning up the house, putting things away. All of a sudden, they pulled in the driveway and I panicked. Like, ugh. Mom and Dad are home. My sister said, what? Like, oh shit. You think, yeah, we're in trouble. And oh boy, did we ever. Well, what I did yesterday, I can't tell you. Joan is back. Then it hurt. Robert. William's office. Hello. I was just gonna ask if you were here today. It's 2:40. I think I might go to 2:45, guys, and I think I'm just gonna wrap this one up and call it done. June is back. If you look really Rick, you'll see where I made a bunch of mistakes in text to speech text. Well, there's one right there. Text to speech text. This damn phone's not so smart. I could have told you that. I don't know why they gave the phones titles as being smart. I don't understand the philosophy of that. The same things for the smart TVs too. They're not smart. Yeah, the meaning behind that is they got a bunch of apps that'll pretty much do everything you want it to do. I don't know what that has to do with smart, but that's why they labeled it that way. They're just not just a TV. It's not just a phone. It's a bunch of features, a bunch of things you can do on a phone. But again, why they gave the word smart, I don't know. I would have thought of a better word, but not smart. Smart, especially when I'm using it. And I seriously need to get a new phone. Seriously need to get a new phone. And I'm having problems with Verizon because I called them about it. They're wanting to do everything else but what I'm wanting to do, and I don't know. May have to wait till I don't know. I don't know. I'll get a new phone somehow. After the game, I went to put both on the. I always have to pay to play. Yeah, there's nothing really that's free anymore. I mean, most of the things you do, you gotta pay for. If you're wanting to do almost anything nowadays, if you want to do anything or something, you gotta pay for it. What's my favorite YouTube channel? Oh. Well, usually nowadays I'm watching no, what the hell's his name? Usually Diesel Mechanics is what I usually watch. A little bit of computer stuff, but the computer stuff on YouTube, you know, as far as people doing computer builds and doing whatever is, yeah, they're really not doing that much anymore. I'm surprised Robbie Tech is still up and running and still doing computer builds as expensive as things got, but he's another person I kind of backed away from watching. But mostly the channels that I watch is um I watch CNC equipment. He does bulldozers. Adapt Ape, he rebuilds diesel engines. Western Truck Tractor Repair, he does tractors. John Deere, he repairs them. So that's kind of the stuff that I'm watching. I don't have just one favorite channel, but the majority of the channel I watch is mechanical diesel stuff. Truckers. I watch Grinding Gears, um, Gentry and Sons. I watch him. Uh, a lot of Windows stuff. I really don't, Windows, Microsoft stuff because of the snafu that everything is in at the moment. I usually don't watch Windows stuff as much anymore. I've been kind of slowly backing away from that. Kind of getting into my old habit of watching diesel mechanics and people that build trucks. JNC, JC. Oh hell, how do you say his name? Starts off with JC. But I watch him and his wife. He builds trucks, pickup trucks, dump trucks, that kind of thing. Rayman Repairs. It's funny you mentioned him. I just got done watching him before I started this live stream. And then if I'm not watching videos on YouTube, I'm listening to music, YouTube music. Carrie said something the other day that kind of struck my bone the other day. Actually, it was yesterday. And I know it's 2:48, but I'm gonna say this last thing, and then I'm gonna get going. But I was wanting your guys' opinion on this because he said something that kind of threw a curveball at me, and it kind of smacked me in the nose because I didn't understand it. Um, but there's a lot of people that do the opposite of what he does. But what he said was, I mean, one of his people in his chat asked him a stupid question, and he went off the rails about it. And then he came back around again, and then he started talking about this. All the people hung up on this old technology. Well, he wouldn't like me then. He says, whoever watches VCRs watches VCR tapes nowadays. Whoever does that. Who listens to music on CDs? Who really does that? And he said, uh, uh, who uses records nowadays? He said all three of those. That's old technology. He doesn't use any of it. All the stuff he does, all the music he listens to is digital. All the movies he watches are digital. He doesn't. When he asked who watches movies on VCRs nowadays, who uses CD players, there's a lot of people in my building that still use VCR tapes and CDs and DVDs. And he just shook his head the other day and said, "Who does that nowadays?" A lot of people in my building still use DVDs and VCR tapes, and they still listen to a radio. And Carrie just thought it was obstructly stupid or ignorant or whatever, however he said it, for people to do that. He said, move off the old technology and embrace the new stuff. What, digital? It doesn't sound like music to me. I'm sorry, I'll go back to the old days, and I still have my CDs in the closet. I still have DVDs in the closet, and he shot them all down. He said nobody should be doing that. Everybody should embrace the new technology that he uses everything. He listens to everything on his phone. He listens to his music, which is fine. I'm not against it. I just don't do it that way. I'm old school. I'd rather get out a cassette tape, put the cassette tape in, close the door, hit play. But that's just me. This is how I work. But he's not for that kind of stuff. He's all this new stuff, digital. I guess he has no CDs or music or anything in his wherever he lives, which is fine. I'm not against it. There's a lot of people that they went digital and they threw away their DVDs and their CDs and their VCR tapes, and I'm not ready to do that yet. I don't want to let it go yet. And everyone can afford the new technology, and when it comes to computers and electronics, they're talking about Rayman, I think. Me, my record player, my records burned up in the garage fire. I still have a VCR and DVD. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind the old technology. I kind of like it. But he's the opposite. He said, no. Throw all that stuff away and embrace the new technology. That you don't have to have VCRs and DVDs. Like, I kind of shined. I kind of just no. I don't use it, but I still have it. I still have DVDs and CDs in my closet. I don't use them, but I still have them. And simply for one reason: if my file backup of my music that I've ripped many years ago, if any one of those CDs or the digital copy I have of it goes corrupt, when you hit play and on the left side it just comes up with a red circle with a line in it, that means that video file for that album has gone corrupt. I just take the CD out, grab a USB CD reader writer from my neighbor, plug it into the computer, re-rip the CD, put it back on there. But that's why I keep my CDs, because if one of my copies goes bad, I just go into the closet, take that CD out, put it in a CD player, re-rip it, put it right back to where it was, and I'm good to go. That's the only reason I keep that. Those CDs. Is that if something goes wrong, I can just go back in the closet and re-rip it. Will Carey can pay for all those new technology for all of us. I know I spelled Curry wrong. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's just his opinion. That's just how he lives his life. And he said that's how he does it. That's how he does things. You don't have to, but that's how he does things. And I think, man, you live a boring life. You have nothing in your house except a lot of tons of computers, but he has no VCRs. He has no CDs. Which again, I'm kind of on the fence about it. It's good to get rid of that kind of stuff, but yet it kind of isn't. So that's why I'm kind of hanging on to it. Eventually, someday I'll get rid of them. When I'm older and slowing down and just don't really give a flying about anything, I'll just put a note downstairs on second. I've got about 400 CDs in my apartment. If someone wants to come up and get them, please take them off my hands. But I'm not to that point yet. I'm not to that point yet, but it's coming. Eventually, I'm going to put a note down on the second floor saying I've got 400 CDs upstairs. Somebody please come up and get them from me. I don't want them anymore. I'm not going to sell them. I'm just going to give them away. But I'm not to that point yet. I'm not quite ready to do that. Oh, do exactly what you want to do there. Really not a wrong. Yeah, I've seen a lot of collections on CDs. Yeah, I know a guy that there used to be a guy here. He had over 1,000 CDs. With over 1,000 CDs, and my God, how many movies did he have? I can't. I've lost. I can't remember the number he gave me, and that was like 7 years ago. I think he had over 1,400 movies, almost 1,500. That's a lot of movies. I mean, these apartments aren't big enough to store that many movies. A lot of them were at his sister's house in the basement. I mean, I think he had like probably. He said that's the small amount. He thinks he had probably close to 2,000. But what he had in his apartment was like 1,400 movies. The rest of them were over at his sister's. It's a lot of movies. It takes up a lot of space to hold 2,000 VCR tapes or not VCR, DVDs. He had a bunch. That's a lot. Should I delete all my MP3s? No. I'd keep them if I were you. Digital copies, I'd just recreate and make more copies of the copy. But MP3s, MP4s, as long as they're digital, keep them. It's the physical stuff he was talking about. He said the physical media. In his opinion, it's his opinion. He thinks we don't need it anymore. In a lot of ways, he's right. But there's a lot of people that also want to hang on to that stuff for memorabilia sake. I mean, I know a guy up on 11th floor. He keeps his stack of VCRs and his stack of VCR tapes because it's what he got from his grandfather. And his grandpa died 18 years ago. So for memory's sake, he's keeping it. Even though it's kind of taking up space, he doesn't, in his mind and his mind and his heart, he knows better than to get rid of it. And he's not going to. He's got it all in a box and it's just in his closet. He says his grandpa's, and his grandpa gave it to him a long, long time ago. He's not getting rid of it. His girlfriend wishes he would, but he said, no, I got that from my grandfather. I'm going to cherish that until the day I die. She kind of looked at him kind of funny, like, you're going to keep that till you die? Like, yeah, why not? Okay. Yeah, I have all my MP3 stuff backed up on a thumb drive and a couple of portable. Yeah, that's what I do. I've got everything backed up 2 or 3 times. So if 1 or 2 fails, I've still got 1 left. And that has happened. I don't know what happens to my digital media every once in a while, but it just goes blank. I don't know what causes it or why it does it, but it just, one day I just hit play on a movie and it just, they all gone. They all just turn white. It's like, what the hell happened to all? So I delete all of them, and they go to one of my hard drives. I think it's this one, as a matter of fact. And I just re-download it. Put it back on there. Yes, multiple copies is real good. Yeah. It's a smart thing to do, because I burned up 2 of my copies at once, and I had 1 left, and that one worked. So I redid all 3 of them, plus the one I had, and now I keep everything on my server, plus hard drives, plus thumb drives, plus, yeah. All right, guys, I've gone 1 hour. I'm going to shut this down. I didn't think I was going to go as long as I did, but I appreciate all of you being here today. The conversation was good. It kept going, but I need to get on to doing other things. I got a couple other things I want to do. I want to get a bike ride in, want to get some exercise. So with that, guys, I want to say goodbye. I want to thank all of you in chat. Ski-Man, Ken, Jeff, Scott, William, Darren, Richard, Tim, and bloody worked out. And then, of course, Robert. Thank all of you guys for being here. It has been fun. It has been nice talking to you guys, and maybe we can talk later on tonight or whenever. But for now, I'm gonna head out, get some exercise, find something to do, get something to eat. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Talk to you all later. Bye for now.